Well, thank you, anyone who is tuning in currently. I am Thea. I'm joined by Jon Dishotsky, our CEO.
Hi, everyone. I'm so
great.
excited to be here today talking with Thea. Let's dig into it.
Awesome. We're going to be talking a little bit about our recent acquisition of Ollie and what this means for Starcity. We're all super pumped to have Ollie come into the Starcity galaxy.
That's right. Yeah, no, we've been working on this for the better part of 6 months now, and we really admired Ollie. I have always admired, and I met the founders a couple of years ago at what I would call the co-living circuit. Of talking on panels and trying to evangelize what co-living could be, and really just sort of admired from afar. And this was the opportunity to come together with this acquisition and really create one of the biggest global co-living brands.
That's incredible. So what do you think made Ollie such a great fit for Starcity?
Well, I think it starts with culture. We're very aligned on serving the residents, as we call them, members, from an empathetic, caring, detail-oriented, and hands-on way. It was very clear from the Ollie reviews and from all the discussions with their residents that that made it through at every level of their organization. The team is extraordinarily gifted. We're bringing over a lot of bright and talented people, and they had also really built what I would call institutional grade assets, and those are projects where big major investors had backed and supported. And as a new up and coming asset class, which is co-living, it's hard to get to that point. And so having done that, again, was another point of admiration for us. Then if you just look at a map, right, we're West Coast, they had East Coast, we were also in Western Europe. So it was kind of like this perfect, positioning for us, and, really fit in.
So you're kind of alluding to this, but where exactly does the Starcity galaxy stretch to now? We're on the East Coast. Can we add a little dot on our map?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ollie has locations in New York. They're working on development in Boston. They had locations in Los Angeles. We have sites coming in Chicago and Miami soon, and then also in Madrid and Western Europe and Spain. So a lot of exciting developments coming up. I think everyone's looking forward to putting 2020 behind us and moving forward to a bright new 2021 with future growth and expansion.
So other than the communities and the added addition from the Ollie team, is there anything else Ollie is bringing Starcity as part of this acquisition?
Well, that's a fine question, Thea, because there was something that I left out, which was obviously the software and technology. So as you know, we're a tech-enabled real estate brand, and we care a lot about having a consumer-facing app that makes it easy to move into and experience living in Starcity. Ollie had a lot of complementary products on their software stack that we could bring right in. So they had a product called Bed Vetter, which matches roommates. They had a product called Ollie Provisions, which is like room service in your apartment. How cool is that? And then they also built less sexy from an outward-facing standpoint, but sexy for us, deep integrations with property management systems, which is really hard to do because all these old legacy software products in real estate property management are not great. And so they had done a really fantastic job in doing that. And finally, Ollie Social, and that's a way for people to attend events and things like that. We had a third-party integration. They had built it themselves. And so now we're excited to utilize that. And, I think having technology be a peg on the stool is really, that being in the ethos of Ollie meant that we were kindred spirits when coming together.
So how do you think that this acquisition will help us get closer to our mission of making great cities accessible to anyone?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. If we look at this pandemic, people would say, oh, in major cities, rents are dropping and that'll make things more affordable. But the one bedroom in San Francisco, LA, and New York is still $2,800, $3,000. Like, that's out of reach for the vast majority of the population, the backbone economy, working class folks. And those are really the renters that we want to serve long term. And so with Ollie, we now have dots on maps in great cities where, even during the pandemic, our occupancy is in a good position, and we want to be able to build more affordability in those cities. So if you think of those locations as the aspirational places that people want to live, with this acquisition, we're now able to unlock those cities like New York, like Boston, furthermore in Los Angeles. And, we believe that as the vaccinations roll out and people are able to, really feel the love of cities and the energy of cities again, they'll come back in droves, and it will be the roaring 20s all over again.
So thinking ahead to the next coming months, what's just the most exciting thing for you, thinking about what we're going to kick off and what we're going to start tackling with the Ollie team?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have communities that are opening across the country with them. And so really it starts and stops with welcoming new members into the Starcity galaxy, as you mentioned. I still get excited every time I see an application come in through Slack, or we see a review of a resident who just moved in, good or bad. Sometimes I'm like, oh, the bad one's like, oh, we have room for improvement. So I mean, look, honestly, I say this, we're lucky position, to be honest, to be able to do what we do, and having more folks from Ollie to share in that mission, day to day, I get really excited about. And, I wake up every day to sort of serve the members and do everything I can to make sure that everyone at the company has an enjoyable time as much as possible. And I make people laugh and realize that we're having a wonderful time doing what we're doing.
Well, thank you so much for taking the quick time to talk to us, to give us some nice little dad joke emoji filters at the end there. Gives a little taste of the Starcity flair. Is there any last things that you'd like to say before we end this?
That's all I got.
Well, to anyone tuning in, we hope you have an incredible holiday season, and feel free to check starcity.com for updates on the Ollie acquisition.
Link in the bio.
There's going to be a link right below, and follow us on social media at Starcity on both Twitter and Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook as well. And that's it for today. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.